Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am ATL Black, and I have a really important message to give you all. Well, first of all, I feel like I'm activated. I feel like I'm starting to figure everything out. I feel like I'm getting my mind back. And one of the things I've learned today is that the gang stalkers are actually being controlled. I don't know if they have gotten the jab or what's going on, but they're definitely being controlled. It's not them. I thought they were acting on their own will and they were like coordinating attacks against me, but it's not them. It's someone above them, maybe a handler or maybe even some person in like a high rank who can control people. So this is what I kind of figured out. It's like, well, they do have a high mindset, the gang stalkers, but they're not in control of their bodies. I don't know if they sold their souls. I don't know if they sold their souls and said, I'm gonna do this on purpose, or they got the jab and the jab makes them a little bit easier to control, and they can coordinate them up like a hive. But I know for a fact that the gang stalkers are not in, they're not like the end all be all. I know it's something either above them or over them that is sending them to fight targeted individuals, empowered individuals. So I learned this today because I was in my car, and of course I was like, just minding my business, but somehow gang stalkers seem to pop up on the side of the road, like directly in my eye contact. I mean, in my eye view. So, and I noticed this a few times I drive Lyft, and I noticed that I saw a woman who was obviously a gang stalker on the corner, and I was just looking at her, and she had her hand in her pocket and she had a mask on. So I was like, "Oh, this is a gang stalker right here." So she, I kind of slammed on the brakes a little hard, but it was a red light. So I seen her slammed on the brakes, and she walked across the street. She looked me in my eye, but I was like, I ain't flinching, going across the street. Mind you, get on about your business. And then I moved on. Now I did have two passengers in the back. They did look well off, and they did something at the beginning of the trip to make me think like, oh, okay, these people are not cool, whatever. But I still was like doing my job. I wasn't paying no attention. So I get home and I think about it. Now here is where it gets interesting. So it's not the gang stalkers who are taking your attention away and trying to divert you. I mean, it is the gang stalkers that are distracting you. But once you're distracted, it's the person that's controlling the gang stalker that can control you after that. What I'm saying is they get you distracted and you're easier to control when you're shocked or distracted. So it's easier for them to like get you to move your head. And this is all done by I know this is gonna sound crazy, either by phone, which I'm not by phone, they do that, use their phones a lot, or by synthetic telepathy. So they know, for some reason, us empowered individuals, we have strong minds. I know you know that. We have strong minded and strong willed. So they know they just can't come up to us and start doing stuff to us. I've seen them several times try to come up to me with this looking at me crazy, and I've learned to control my I guess I have ESP as well. So I learned how to be like, you better get your ass out of my face, and they'll either move or act like they don't see me. But and I notice that when I do that to the gang stalkers, they'll just put their head down and kind of be like shamed because they're not in control of themselves. This is all making sense now. They got people targeting. They got a lot of people targeting the targeted individuals, and they got a lot of people targeting us because our minds are strong. They got a lot of people targeting us because they can't just come up and target us themselves because they know they won't win any kind of battle with us in a one-on-one. And that's what I noticed today. So I hope this helps someone because it's really helping me. Now I need to figure out how we get past that. But first thing I do want to say is that we must forgive and must either forgive, um, pay them no attention, or just recognize and see that they're just out of control. You know what I'm saying? It's not they're not in control. Some of them might be doing it on purpose. I have seen a few of them who seem to be doing stuff on purpose, but for the most part, the people that's out there doing all that, wearing those shirts or color coordinated, they are not in control of themselves. And to understand that, that's why we need to understand that, so that we won't be taking all our energy out on them. We could be using that energy to find out who is the person behind that person doing this to us. And then when you get to that person who I already know how to deal with, like I already know how to deal with people who are very controlling and trying to control other people. And I'll leave that for another story, another time. But I just want to put that out there, and I hope it helps somebody. And I hope if you have any suggestions on what we can do to next step, but it's not. But we now know that it's not the person that's like doing the hand signs and the wearing the colors and putting their hand in their pocket and all that. It's not that person. The person is the person behind them that's doing that. And once you realize that, you don't even, the gang stalkers will no longer really matter, and you'll be looking for the person who's actually doing it. I'm ATL, I'm out. I'll be back with another video. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Please like and subscribe.